Welcome students. Today we are going to explain batteries. Batteries is constructed with a group of galvanic cells. Galvanic cell is constructed like this, so that we have a two half cells. One is anodic half cell and second one is cathodic half cell, and in these two cells we have a electrodes. This is anode in anodic half cell and cathode in cathodic half cell, and these two half cells are connected with a voltmeter, and then these two half cells are connected with salt bridge. Okay. So that this is anode, and this is cathode, and then we are taking electrolyte. So that galvanic cell is the cell produces electrical energy by decomposition of chemical. So that in this anodic half cell, and this one is cathodic half cell. In anodic half cell we are taking anode zinc and cathode copper, and electrolyte is zinc sulfate 1 molar, and here electrolyte is a copper sulfate 1 molar. Okay. Now what we are saying is the battery is constructed with group of, that is, two or more galvanic cell are connected in series. So that you should know what is galvanic cell. So that galvanic cell is produced electrical energy by decomposition of the chemical. Okay. So that here we are taking two half cells, one is anodic half cell and second one is cathodic half cell. So that in anodic half cell we are taking anode. Okay. It undergoes oxidation, and we are saying a negative electrode. So that this is a negative electrode. Okay. This is a negative electrode, and then this is the positive, cathode is a positive electrode. Whenever this when zinc undergoes the oxidation, so that it converts as a ion, and electrons are released. These electrons will pass from anode to cathode. So that electrons will pass to anode to cathode. So that electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical. So that like these galvanic cells are connected in a series. So that we are taking battery means it is constructed by two or more galvanic cells in a series. Okay. So that the battery is a portable electrochemical cell which are capable of generating electrical energy. So that this is the battery, and batteries are two types based on the charge and discharge or even the functioning. Okay. So that we have two types of batteries. One is a primary cell and second one is secondary cells. So that we go for comparing of these two cells. So that what is a battery? Battery is constructed with a group of or two or more galvanic cells which are connected in series. So that we should know what is galvanic cell. Galvanic cell is a cell which produce electrical energy by decomposition of chemical energy or chemical substance. So that we are taking two half cells, one is anodic half cell and second one is the cathodic half cell. So that anodic half cell, the anode undergoes the oxidation. So that we can expect here the oxidation, we are expecting oxidation. And then whenever the oxidation happens, what happens here? Electrons releases. So that these electrons enters from anode to cathode. Okay. So that electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical. And here we are using this battery for a portable electrochemical cell which are capable of generating electrical energy. And we have two types of batteries or cells. One is a primary battery and second one is a secondary battery. Now we can see this is the applications and comparing of these two cells. What are the applications of the batteries? This is the portability of electronic equipment in the form of handsets. So that now today we are using the handset means that is possible with only the batteries. That is possible with the batteries. Not only that, these batteries are using in so many electronic gadgets. Okay, so that nowadays we are using cell phone, laptops, and tabs are so many. These are all working based on these batteries. So that these are the advantages and applications of the batteries. Now we will see the comparison between primary and secondary batteries. What is? So that the primary battery is irreversible and secondary battery is reversible. What is the meaning of irreversible and reversible? Because irreversible means we cannot go through, because only discharge. So that in primary we have only discharge, there is no charge. In secondary we have a discharge and charge, both will be there. And you know, we should know which type of cell will be happening in discharge and which cell is happening in a charging. So that we have two conditions, one is discharge and the second one is charge. So that the primary batteries are irreversible means there is only discharge, we do not have any charge. But secondary batteries are reversible, we can expect charge and discharge. So that and then you should know in which condition it will be act as a galvanic cell and which condition it will be act as electrolytic cell. So that here we have two cells. So that discharge, all batteries will be discharged, it may be primary or secondary. So that at discharge condition it will be act as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. In charging it will be act as electrolytic cell. So that you should know the difference between a galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. So that irreversible means only discharge, that means voltaic cell, and reversible means we have a discharge and charge, both will be there. Okay. Second one, here we can discard, because primary batteries can be discarded. When we will discard after completing of active material. So that in the battery we have the active material. Once the active material is completed, we will be discard that battery. We cannot use it again. But in secondary batteries, we can after completing, that means discharge, we can use it again like a charging. So that we can go for recharge. Okay. Next, here primary batteries, what is the shelf life is very short, because whenever the active material is completed, we should discard that battery. But secondary battery having a long shelf life, that means we can go for again charging. That means we have a discharge and as well as charge. And then fourth, here discharge means whenever this reversible, because irreversible means only discharge, so that it will be act as only galvanic cell. So that we have only galvanic cell. But here secondary batteries functions both, what is called galvanic cell and electrolytic cell, both cell will be there. So that we should know the difference between a galvanic cell and what is electrolytic cell. So that already I told here galvanic cell, this is called a galvanic cell, this cell we call it a galvanic cell, here galvanic cell. So that this is galvanic cell, this is. So that in galvanic cell the electrical energy is produced. So that here the production, the electrons, so that electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical. But when you go for electrolytic cell, so that cell will be like this. So that electrolytic cell. Okay. So that electrolytic cell we have this, and then we have anode, same here also we have anode and we have a cathode. Okay. And these two electrodes are connected to, this is electrical energy, this is electrical energy. So that we are connected to electrical energy, and here and then we are taking a electrolyte, what you are taking is electrolyte, Okay. So that what we can say, this is called a electrolytic, what is this is electro, and then we have a lytic, this is lytic, electrolytic cell. This means electro means electrical energy here, this is electrical energy. With the help of electrical energy we are decomposing the chemical, that means lysis, this is called lytic. So that this is electrolytic cell. Okay. Galvanic cell means electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical. So that at anode oxidation take At cathode, what we can expect is reduction, can expect reduction. So that electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical, and here by using of electrical energy we are decomposing the chemical. So that here produced electrical energy is produced in galvanic cell, and then electrolytic cell will be decompose the chemical with the help of electrical energy. Here electrical energy is produced, but here electrical energy is consumed, but both cells chemical will be decomposed. There the chemical decompose, electrical energy is produced. Here for the decomposition of the chemical we are using electrical energy. So that in differences, here there is a comparison. Here the primary cell is irreversible and secondary cell is reversible. Irreversible, reversible, and then this is discarded because we have a, we should discard after completing, but we can use it again. And this is short shelf life, this is long shelf life, and here it will be act as galvanic cell in discharge. Here in this is secondary battery, it will be act as galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. That means discharge it will be act as galvanic cell. You know, galvanic cell, electrical energy is produced by decomposition of the chemical. In electrolytic cell, because we should decompose the chemical with the help of electrical energy. So that this is both cells will be acted. So that discharge it will be act as galvanic, and charge it will be act as electrolytic cell. Okay, and they cannot be used as storage because primary cannot be used as a storage devices. And then here these can be used like a solar or thermal energy. So that in solar or thermal, there what happens here, the conversion will be takes place. So that this solar, this is photovoltaic cell, because here the solar energy, because with the help of photovoltaic cell it will be convert as a electrical energy with the help of secondary batteries. And here in thermal energy also, because the thermal energy means here whenever we use steam and send to dynamo, that is what we call turbine, and turbine is connected to dynamo. There the mechanical energy, because turbine runs with the help of mechanical energy which is supplying by steam, and this mechanical energy is again converting into the electrical energy with the help of secondary batteries, so that there we can use as a storage, okay. Next here in the primary, these cannot be recharged because only one direction, that means discharge only, we don't have any charge. But here in the secondary we can use charge, that means recharge will be there. That means we have a number of cycles, discharge cycles and charge cycles. This is, and the examples we have a dry cell. You know what is the dry cell? Leclanche cell, and then alkaline cell, and we have a lithium battery. So that these are the examples of primary battery. For secondary battery we have a lead acid. So that we have a lead acid and we have a nickel cadmium and a lithium ion. These are the examples. So that this is the comparison between the primary and secondary. You know what is a battery? Battery is constructed with a group of or two or more than galvanic cells which are connected in series. So that this is the battery, and battery can be used. What is the? This is a storage, energy storage. And then here we have two types. One is a primary and second one is a secondary. What is the primary differences and what are the secondary differences? Primary is irreversible and secondary is reversible. This is discarded and this can be used it again. And this is short shelf life and this is long shelf life. And here it will be act as only galvanic cell, the function, because discharge. But here in the secondary batteries we can act both, that is the galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. Galvanic cell is discharge and electrolytic cell is charge. So that you know what is galvanic, electrical energy is produced. So that when you are using like cell phone, what happens here? The discharge will be there, the discharge. That means we are getting of energy. Okay. After completing of this energy, again we are putting this, because the battery, that whatever the cell, we are going for recharge. At that time we are keeping the plug, okay, and we are giving the electrical energy, so that at that time it will be act as electrolytic. So that is okay. And we have the examples. Lithium, what is? We have a lithium battery, dry cell, alkaline cell. These come under primary. In secondary we have very important lead acid, lithium ion and nickel cadmium battery. And we will go for explaining of the primary batteries and secondary batteries with the example. So that first we start say primary battery. Okay, primary battery, already you know the primary battery is not reversible, it is irreversible. It is irreversible. It is not reversible. That means irreversible. Only discharge will be there. Okay, and no electricity is produced after completing conversion of the reactants to products. That means if the active material is completed, no further use. We should discard it. Discard, so that no further of discharge of electrical energy, that is. Okay, next, that means it becomes dead. We should discard it. Okay, next, these batteries are used for source of DC power. This is DC power. Okay, next, we have the example dry cell, alkaline cell, lithium cell, and we will take one example, that is the lithium cell primary battery. We are taking very simple battery, that is lithium cell. What you are taking is lithium cell. For any cell or any battery, we require three things. What we require? Three things. One is anode, and second one is cathode, and the third one is electrolyte. This is, so that for construction of any battery, we require three things. One is the anode and cathode electrodes, and we are dipping these electrodes in electrolyte, so that this is required. This is the basic requirement. Now we are explaining of lithium battery. In a lithium battery, we have a lithium. What is a lithium? Anode, and titanium sulfide cathode. So that the anode we require anode, and we require cathode. So that anode we are taking lithium metal. We are taking lithium metal. Anode lithium metal, and cathode we are taking titanium sulfide. So that we are taking metal oxide or titanium sulfide, or we are taking any metal combined with oxygen, or we can take sulfide, because we are taking the example like titanium sulfide. We are taking titanium sulfide. This, and we require electrolyte. We require electrolyte, and electrolyte is a solid polymer. The electrolyte is a solid polymer. So that what we have taken? We have taken this one. This one is anode, and this is a cathode. This is a cathode, and we require, what we require is electrolyte. What we require is electrolyte. This is, so that for any battery we require three basic things, that is anode and cathode electrodes, and third one is electrolyte. And here anode is lithium, very clear, lithium solid. We are taking a lithium solid, and here, and next, cathode is titanium sulfide. This is also solid. So that we are taking anode. This is lithium solid we are taking, and here cathode titanium sulfide S2, and this is also solid. And here electrolyte, or we are taking what is this? Is solid, because we are not taking liquid, we are taking solid polymer. What you are taking is solid polymer. So that here when you see electrodes and electrolyte, they mean both are solid, no liquid, so that first we can avoid the leakages. There is no leakage at all in this battery. Okay. Now what happens here? The anode, because this is discharge, all of it clear? We don't have any charge in a primary battery, so that this battery will give energy here. This indicates, because this is energy. So that this is a voltaic cell. This is discharge, because we are expecting, what is we are expecting? Discharge of electrical energy. What is electrical energy? How it will be takes place? We will see by taking of a reaction, by taking of reaction here. So that the cell reaction. So that what is the construction of the battery? We require anode, we require cathode. Anode is lithium solid, and cathode is titanium sulfide solid, and we are taking electrolyte, that is solid polymer. Okay, this is, and now here we are connected anode cathode in a voltmeter. We can take any, because these are the devices, because which will give how much of electrical energy is produced. So that here in this place we can use a voltmeter, and we can use potentiometer, we can use pH meter, any meter, because this will be display the how much of electrical energy is produced by this battery. So that how much? So that what we have, first we have a anode, we have a cathode, and we have electrolyte. Next, this polymer is packed in between of the electrodes, and the electrolyte permits the passage of ions, but not that of electrons. So that here when you see the battery here in this direction, because anode and cathode and packed with this solid polymer, which is a electrolyte, so that this electrolyte allows only the ions, not electrons. So that electrons always travel from anode to cathode in this direction. Okay, this direction, this is. Okay, here in center this allows only, because when you take the lithium will be that what type of, not a lithium, this is a lithium ion, because metal may not be involved in the reaction, because the metal, whenever it undergoes the oxidation, so that at anode what we can expect is oxidation. What we can expect is oxidation. And then by undergoing the oxidation of this lithium, it releases lithium ions, Li plus, and also it releases electrons. Electrons enters in this direction and lithium ion enters this direction. See here, because it's a packed material. In this packed material, the lithium ions, because this solid polymer which we are thinking electrolyte, this allows only the electrons, this allows only ions, lithium ions, so that the lithium ions will be passed through this what is called electrolyte, which is called electrolyte, and from anode to cathode, and then electrons enters from this direction, this, and enters. So that we can say this is called anode is a negative electrode, anode is a negative electrode, and cathode is a positive electrode, because it is a receiving of electrons. So that titanium sulfide undergoes the reduction. What is reduction? And we see these totally, whatever the matter we explain of regarding of this diagram, that is lithium battery, we can go for reactions. This is first, when you go for cell reactions, what we have anode. Anode can be represented with negative. And what is the reaction? We have a oxidation. And we see the reaction. Okay. See, what is anode? Lithium. Lithium is a anode, and we are taking a solid. So that it undergoes the oxidation. Then what happens? Lithium will be converted into Li plus solid, and also it releases electrons. This is electron. Okay. And because it's a monovalent, you see lithium is a first A group element, so that we can expect only releasing of one valence, because it is having of one valence electron, so that electron will be released. This is the reaction regarding of anodic part. And second thing, this electron enters, because this electron enters from anode to cathode, so that the anode to cathode it will be entered. Now we can go for cathode. What is cathode? What is cathode? This is a positive electrode. And what the reaction we are expecting here? Reduction. What you are expecting is reduction. Now we can go for reaction. So that what is cathode? Titanium sulfide, and we are taking a solid, and electrons enters to from anode to cathode, so that we can write electrons here. Now what is the reaction? Because titanium sulfide solid reacts with electron, and it converts into titanium sulfide. This is again solid, and anion, negative part. This is the reaction. So that we completed the reaction, and now we will write the net reaction. What is net reaction? This is net reaction. We go for net reaction. Next we got net reaction. Okay, net reaction. When you go for net reaction, whatever the electrons are cancelled, because from reactants to products, so that when you see here in anode, the electrons are released on product side, so that we will cancelled by this electron, and cancelled by the cathode reactant side, the electron cancelled. Now we will write the net reaction. What is the net reaction? First we are taking lithium solid, plus we are taking titanium sulfide. What is titanium sulfide? Solid, and it releases what is Li plus, this is solid, plus titanium sulfide, this is again solid, anion. And also very important here, we are getting electrical energy, plus we are getting electrical energy. How much we are getting means we are getting 3 volts. We are getting 3 volts of electrical energy. This is, so that this is the primary battery, and how much of this electrical energy it is discharging means 3 volts. Are you clear? So that for any battery we need not go for any complication. Very simple. We require 2 electrodes and we require 1 electrolyte. That's it. So that we are taking anode lithium solid, cathode titanium sulfide, and this is also solid, and we are taking electrolyte as a solid polymer. Okay, and this polymer permits only the ions, not electrons, so that it's a packed material, and electrons will be passed from anode to cathode in the top direction, and there we are connected ammeter, because ammeter, voltmeter, potentiometer, pH meter, any meter, because it displays the electrical energy, how much of electrical energy is discharged by this battery, and this is finally 3 volts we are getting, 3 volts getting. And then we can go for applications, advantages of this battery, because we have so many types of battery. We have a dry battery, that is Lagrange battery, and alkaline battery, and a lithium battery. So that in these 3 batteries, lithium battery having the advantage. What are the advantages and why we are selecting this lithium battery means, here what are the advantages? You know, in electrochemical series, this is lithium is the top metal, it's the first place, because it's having highest potential 3 volts. This is the advantage. So that this is having highest voltage or potential, so that this is a 3 volts high, this is highest 3 volts. Okay. And lithium is a lightweight. How can we say this is lightweight? Because the density is 7 grams. So that is very lightweight, and then density is just 7 grams here, lightweight. Okay. And then lithium has the most negative E naught values. That's what you are saying is the potential. Okay. Next, most negative E naught value. And this lithium cell all constituents are in solid form. So that we see anode and cathode are both are solids, and even electrolyte is also solid. So that all are solid form. So that we can avoid leakages. So that there is no leakage at all. This is no leakage. And the battery can be made up of in variety of sizes and shapes. That is very, very important. You see, in market we are getting 10 rupees toy, because in the toy we have a lithium battery. You imagine, because it's 10 rupees itself, and again we are inserting, it's very small toy, and again we are inserting a battery, because imagine how far the advantage of lithium, we can prepare a small size of the batteries, so that we can prepare variety of sizes and shapes. So that these are all the advantages. One is the highest potential, and second one is the low density, and third one is it is having a negative E naught value, and fourth, these are all the solids, so that no leakage, and finally we can prepare different sizes and shapes. This is okay. And where we are using this lithium battery in so many applications, wherever you see, that means we can use in clocks, we can use in toys, we can use in remotes, and we can use in cameras, we can use in mobile phones, wherever, because the lithium battery, that is the so many applications are there. This is about the primary cell, and example we explain lithium battery.